little reminder of the trig ratios, sine, cosine, and tangent. If you don't have this in your notes already, please put it in there. That sine is the opposite leg over the hypotenuse. Cosine is the adjacent leg over the hypotenuse. And tangent is the opposite leg over the adjacent leg. Again, we've done lots of lessons with these. If you have not put them in your notes yet, please do so. We're going to do a little work with them. It says, use that the cosine of P is 4/5 to determine which angle in this triangle is angle P. So is angle 1 or angle 2 P? What we want to do is take a look at this and say, okay, well, the cosine of what my angle is supposed to equal the ratio of 4/5. What decimal would that be? So I go 4 divided by 5, and I get 0.8. Now what I want to do is determine what the cosine of angle 1 is and what the cosine of angle 2 is, and whichever of those gets a cosine of 0.8, that's my angle. So let's try angle 1 first. So the cosine of angle 1, well, cosine is the adjacent leg over the hypotenuse. Here's my hypotenuse. It's the longest side of the triangle. It's across from the right angle. For angle 1, where is the adjacent leg? Which leg is touching it? This one down here, 3.6. So again, we're doing cosine, so we do adjacent over hypotenuse. The hypotenuse had a length of 6. Okay, so we have 3.6 divided by 6 gives me 0.6 for the cosine of angle 1. So it's not angle 1. I want to find angle 2 also to make sure. It should be angle 2 if it's not angle 1, but we'll do it just to make sure we didn't make a mistake. So for the cosine of angle 2, adjacent, the leg adjacent to angle 2 is 4.8, the one touching it, over the hypotenuse, which again is still 6, and I find the decimal for that so I can compare. 4.8 divided by 6 is 0.8. That's what I was looking for, the angle whose cosine was 4/5 or 0.8. So angle 2 would be my angle P. All right, here's another example. It says, use the fact that the cosine of F is 15/17 to determine which angle of this triangle is angle F. Is it angle 1 or angle 2? Which of them has a cosine that's equal to 15/17? So again, the first thing I'm going to do, because it's hard to compare fractions, is I'm going to change 15/17 to a decimal. So I go top divided by bottom, 15 divided by 17, so that I know that my decimal is 0.88235. It goes on from there. Then I take a look at my figure. In this triangle, again, always I identify my hypotenuse so I don't accidentally use it as a leg. It's across from the right angle. Then I go, okay, for angle 1, we're looking for their cosine. So what would the cosine of angle 1 be? Well, cosine is adjacent, so the side touching, that would be 14.4 for angle 1, over the hypotenuse, which was 30.6. 14.4 divided by 30.6 gives me 0.470588. It goes on from there. Not the same thing as 15/17, which is what I was looking for. So I'm assuming one is not my answer. I'm assuming 2 would be the answer, but I do need to check to make sure I didn't make an error. Okay, so for angle 2, what would the cosine ratio for angle 2 be? Well, the side adjacent to angle 2, or the leg touching it, is 27 over the hypotenuse, which was 30.6. Let's go ahead and divide that. 27 divided by 30.6, and we get 0.88235. That is exactly what we were looking for, because the cosine of angle F is that, so this must be angle F. They had the same cosine. So my answer here is that angle 2 was angle F.